let's talk about Bosa. Imagine being Robert Saleh. Your defense gave up 13 points. It really should have gave up 6. I mean, that last touchdown that Ahkello Witherspoon gave up was in garbage time. You should be feeling like, ha, you guys all want to be fired last week, right? Right? Now I gave up 6 points without D Ford, without Nick Bosa. I don't think Robert Saleh is gloating right now. I think Robert Saleh is sitting somewhere in a quiet room thinking, oh my God. Oh my God. Nick Bosa gone. D Ford maybe gone. Richard Sherman, who knows what he'll be if he comes back. I think Robert Saleh would have to be like a little panicky right now. And I think it mostly has to do with Bosa. Bosa transformed this defense. Robert Saleh did really good today. I'm going to talk about him later and all the adjustments he made because they were significant. But let's be honest. This defense went from bad to good when they got Nick Bosa. He's an excellent player. He's already been inducted into Canton. He's already a Hall of Fame player, even though he has 9 career sacks. He's just that good. And he plays hard. He's disruptive. He's out. And God knows what you're going to get from D Ford. Even if he is healthy, he doesn't play that much or that effectively. So you went from having a defense that was number 1 or number 2 in the league last year, and in contention for that this year to something that is probably going to be number 10, top 10. So the whole equation of this season changes. You don't have a dominant defense anymore. You have a solid to solid plus defense. Is it going to win you games? Yeah. You're playing the Jets, playing the Giants. Yeah, absolutely. You play the Rams or the Seahawks or the Cardinals. No. Now the offense needs to become explosive. So again, Bosa's injuries, it's tough timing. It happens when Kittle's out. It happens when Deebo Samuel's out. So now the offense and the defense is down. With what's interesting about Nick Bosa's injury is this is the reason I was against drafting him. I knew he was a terrific player. He was physically dominant, except for when he went up against first-round offensive tackles. But Kai Becton was pretty good today. Wasn't he? Wasn't he? So why I said I wouldn't want Nick Bosa is not that he couldn't play. It's that if you're drafting second, and you can go back and read what I said, I feel when you're drafting a player, it's not just about the physical attributes. It's the whole package. And part of the package is injury history and durability. Just because a guy's gotten hurt in the past doesn't mean he's going to get hurt in the future. But the way he got hurt in the past, the type of injuries he had, that core muscle, I mean, things just popping and tearing off his skeleton. Seemed like it was the beginning of a trend. If your body cannot stay in one piece consistently in college, how's it going to stay in one piece in the NFL when the collisions are more violent? People are stronger and bigger. Hell of a player. He'll be back, and he should be still good. But I would have taken Josh Allen, not Quinnen Williams. I would have taken Josh Allen, and this may have been a freak injury for Nick Bosa. It may not have been. We'll never know. Don't know what kind of flexibility he has. Well, the way I always interpreted him is that he is the most muscled up defensive end I've ever seen come from college to the pros. He had the body of a 32-year-old Mr. Olympia at 21, which is impressive. It shows his work ethic. It shows his commitment. But it also means he's maxed out. Maxed out. And when you're maxed out that young, put a lot of strain on your ligaments. So I kind of always expected this to happen. It's a horrible thing to say, but I mean, if you didn't want to draft Nick Bosa, it's because of this. What's his durability going to be? I mean, he had a torn ACL in high school. You know that? He did. He came into Ohio State on a pitch count because of that. He was not a 3-down player at Ohio State. Bad takes. Hey, well, that's what happened. Those are facts. Tore his ACL in high school, part-time player in college, core muscle surgery in college, great year as a rookie, tears ACL week 2. Hey, you guys want to blame the turf? Fine. Whatever makes you feel better. But I would have drafted Josh Allen. And let's say that, I was right. Okay. We've talked about Bosa. It's not a season. It's not a season killer, but it's close to it. Doesn't it kind of feel like the season ended before it started? I mean, what do they have to do to win the Super Bowl? Probably be a wild card team, win a bunch of road playoff games, win a bunch of games in November and October. November, December. Josh Allen got hurt week 1. Well, there you go. Did he tear his ACL though? Is he on IR? Did he have a career-threatening injury? I just want to know. Did he? Because I didn't hear that he did. But he might have. Because I didn't hear that he did. But maybe he did. I don't think he did, though. Let's look big picture real quick, right? What do we expect from this team now? What do we expect from this team now? Garoppolo could be gone until November. He could be the new Wyclef Jean. Gone till November. None of you guys get that reference. It was a terrible song. I'm not a big Fuji guy. So that's Jimmy. Nick Bosa gone. D Ford, even when he's healthy, he's not there. Mostert, God knows. Tevin Coleman. What are the expectations for this team? Are they still on the revenge tour? Is it still Super Bowl or bust? I don't know. Seems to me Arizona is a contender right now. They're ready. They're here. They have an MVP caliber quarterback. The Niners are behind them in the standings. But they're 1-1. They could be 2-1 next week, and they should be 2-1 next week. It seems to me the rehab tour. I like that. It seems to me if the Niners can just get to November 5-3, if they can get to November 5-3, they still got a chance to make the playoffs. If they can just tread water and make the playoffs, they can be, it's going to be tough to get to the Super Bowl winning, playing road playoff games. But what the Niners can tell themselves is they've been hurt all year. They haven't had their full team together. If they can tread water and get hot and healthy in December, no one's going to want to face them. What if they finish the season on a 5-game winning streak like they did in 2017 and actually make the playoffs? And Debo's healthy. Kittle's healthy. Not Bosa. But D Ford's healthy. Garoppolo's healthy. I got to say, though, does anyone think the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl without Nick Bosa? Is that going to happen? I don't think so. So that's too bad. So let's talk big picture again. That's why it's so upsetting for the Niners that they lost the Super Bowl last year. They all told themselves, well, we'll be right back there next year. We'll be right back. We're still great. It's not basketball. It's a very volatile sport. You come out the next year and everyone gets hurt. And you're like, well, okay, well, then this season's a waste. Well, maybe next year. Well, next year the cap goes down and Sherman's 33 and it closes when it closes. It opens when it opens. And it's not open long. When it's open, you got to seal the deal. Otherwise, it could be 5, 10, 15, 30 years before you get another shot. It's a cruel sport. Very cruel sport. Doesn't mean the Niners are done. It just, that's why people were talking about it all off season. It's not a given. Not a given. And I bet the coaches are like just vomiting right now in their hotel rooms. Like, oh God. Oh. Think about it from Saleh's perspective. He was this close to being a head coach last year. Probably could have been the head coach at Michigan State. He says, nah, let's run it back. My stock can go up even higher if we win the Super Bowl. Now it's like, oof, what's my defense going to rank this year? 10th? Oh, who's going to hire me to be the head coach of their team with a 10th ranked defense? It's a little bit of a downer day, even though they won. But let's look at it in a positive way. No, they're probably not going to win the Super Bowl this year, although they definitely have a chance. But they haven't gone all in for this year. They didn't. They could have. Could have traded for Jamal Adams. They didn't do it. They theoretically still have a 5-year plan. And maybe things will break much better from next year and they'll win the Super Bowl next year. Maybe they'll win it this year. It's going to be really hard. Really hard. What's up, Chrissy? Good work today. Oh, I'm sweating. I just do this until I've sweat through my shirt entirely. Then I figured that's time to stop. Rodgers 2021. Whoo! That's called reloading. You guys, anything else you want to talk about? Man, I'm glad that's not my team. I'm not coaching that. I would be despondent.